What's up guys, it's Dan from Pinpoint Wildlife. I'm really stoked right now. I just found myself a salamander, and it happens to be the tiger salamander. So let's talk about it. Our tiger salamander friend here is from the genus Ambystoma, and these are called mole salamanders. Mole salamanders are very secretive by nature, spending most of the year underground, and if you're really lucky you can find one under a log if you know the right place and the right time. They have the ability to regenerate limbs, and if they feel threatened, they also have the ability to secrete a toxic mucus to ward off any predators. They're also a very widespread species of salamander, thriving in both eastern and western United States. Breeding happens in the earliest days of spring, typically in vernal pools, where they have a safe haven from predators. And adult salamanders tend to be very loyal to their birthplaces, rarely leaving the vernal pools which they originated. Because of this, tiger salamanders are very vulnerable to destruction of habitat, and their numbers are closely monitored. Larvae salamanders feed on small crustaceans and aquatic insects, whereas the adult salamanders typically eat larger insects but love eating slugs and worms on a rainy night. Now, it isn't rare to see tiger salamanders with cannibalistic tendencies. A number of studies have been made to try to find out the reason for this. And as it turns out, populated groups of salamanders turn to eating their own when food of prey is not available. They can live for up to 15 years and even longer in captivity. And along with this, they're very popular, not too difficult, and pretty inexpensive. So I'd give them a pretty high rank for the amphibian pet score. But don't forget, they are amphibians and they can't really cuddle up on you all day like your cat or your dog can. So do your research and yeah. So you'll notice in some of these clips our hands are really dirty and wet, and that's for a reason. These tiger salamanders are breathing through their skin like a lot of other salamanders, and you don't want those nasty human oils and whatever other things, chemicals and perfume and whatever you have on your hand. It can get into the salamander's skin and really cause some harm. Going back to our little tiger salamander buddy, I think it's really important to mention this is only a juvenile, and adult salamanders look really different. So tiger salamanders have a lot of different varieties. There's a lot of different species of tiger salamander that used to be marked as subspecies. For instance, one of those is the California tiger salamander. To further emphasize the variation of tiger salamanders, let's look at a few more of them. They can come in tiger stripes, black with yellow speckling, or even yellow with black speckling, just to name a few variants. Tiger salamanders might just be one of the coolest salamanders. Before we wrap this up, I just want to give a huge shout out to my homie Vinny. He's been helping me a lot with filming all these videos, so if you could just check out his Instagram and show him some love, that would be much appreciated. Alrighty, I think that checks off the tiger salamanders from our species checklist. As always, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell notification. Check out my Instagram, check out my girlfriend's Instagram, and check out the Pinpoint Wildlife Instagram. And last but not least, don't forget to check out our last 2 species checklist videos on YouTube. And yeah. Alright.
You're good to go, bud.
So tiger salamanders so what's interesting, they kind of remind me of American toads. Now they kind of remind me of toads where they're...
Okay, go.
So have you ever seen a toad in your backyard? You'll notice it's... Now, have you ever caught a toad in your backyard? You'll notice it's...